My name is Bethany Weir, and the title of my collection is Strength Behind Walls.
My name is Jocelyn Yang. My senior capsule collection is called Utopia.
My name is Nicole Pinkosh, and my collection's name is Petite Jardin.
My name is Sabrina Nelson, and my line's name is called Till Death Do Us Part.
My name is Mercutio Mori, and my collection is called Goblin Market.
My name is Bethany Weir, and the title of my collection is Strength Behind Walls. The inspiration for my senior line came from my heart condition called bicuspid aortic stenosis. I was born with 2 flaps in my aorta instead of the normal heart, which has 3. In regard to this, it has caused many complications throughout my life. Having complications within, I want to feel confident and strong on the outside and have others feel confident with whatever health complications they are facing when wearing my collection. One thing that is very unique about my collection is I designed all of the prints shown in my line. All of them are 100% designed by me and printed on the fabrics. Due to this, all of my designs are all unique and never seen before. For my future career, I would love to become a textile designer, hence why I created all of my own prints. I have loved art and design ever since I could remember, and bringing the fashion design world to my passion for art would be the perfect job opportunity for me. My personal aesthetic is to be wearing clothes that are fun but business oriented. I wanted to create this line as a casual business wear line, but it brings a more fun and flirty aspect to business instead of the formal business look. I did this by creating fun prints and bold colors. I'm one of the most hardworking and dedicated workers to the task at hand. I also have a very fun and creative side to me and love bringing the creativeness to my work. One major shout out I would like to give is to my sister Kimberly, who has also been my model since sophomore year. I know it is a little bit out of her comfort zone, but she does amazing at it. I wouldn't be where I am today without her and her amazing design ideas that I bring to life. We are the perfect dynamic duo, and everyone look out for when we start a business together. Another shout out I would like to give is to my parents, Jeff and Tammy, because they have supported me an insane amount throughout college. Some major advice that they have given me is to always trust in God, and look where I am today because of it.
My name is Jocelyn Yang. I'm a second-generation Hmong American woman and college graduate. My senior capsule collection is called Utopia. It's a spring-summer size-inclusive formal wear collection. Utopia is defined as an imagined place or state in which everything is perfect. My Utopia collection is inspired by the idea of my utopia, which is a world where women are able to unapologetically be themselves, live their lives, and thrive without any criticism, judgment, harassment, or ridicule. Utopia is focused on a feminine, ethereal, and glamorous aesthetic. My line is a size-inclusive line featuring women of mid to plus sizes. My models are all influential Hmong women who I adore from my community. They unapologetically choose their own paths, thrive, and live their best life. Through this collection, I wanted to highlight underrepresented shapes and sizes in the Hmong fashion and overall fashion industry. The fashion industry has been reluctant to recognize and celebrate non-traditional, non-standard sizes of anyone over a size 4. After talking to my model about their personal experiences with being consumers of fashion, I see how important it is for me to make it a priority to be part of the change in the industry and push for inclusion. Every size and body deserves to feel beautiful, confident, to be seen, and celebrated. I specialize in business wear and formal wear. I draw inspiration from nature, colors, textiles, my Hmong culture, my values, and feelings such as confidence and power. As a designer, it is important to me to be intentional with my work and clear about my message that I want to put out into the world and for my audience. I am passionate about sustainability, Hmong culture, celebrating women, advocacy, and inclusive fashion. After graduation, I hope to work in a fashion design position as a technical designer or in product development at a company. In 3 to 5 years, I plan to attend graduate school to become a fashion historian and publish scholarly works or books about Hmong cultural clothing and textile art, to add resources to the gradual recording of Hmong culture and the Hmong people. My ultimate career goal is to become an educator and grow my small business, Jossie Designs, offering custom formal wear and business wear for clients. I am very passionate, driven, and intentional in everything I do. I see my design work as a form of self-expression and an extension of who I am. I want to thank my parents for always supporting me and allowing me to flourish. I wanted to become a fashion designer and artist since I was a child. They have always encouraged me to pursue my dreams and supported me previously when I attended an art middle school, when I was taking advanced art high school classes, and pursuing an art major in college, even though others did not support the idea of me pursuing a career in fashion. I wouldn't have been able to flourish into the person I am today if they were not my parents.
My name is Nicole Pinkosh, and my collection's name is Petite Jardin, which is French for little garden. The inspiration behind my collection's name and anything that inspired it is little garden, of course, goes with the hoop skirt that is a garden in itself, but originally it was inspired by Lolita street fashion, the Rococo era, and of course Marie Antoinette. What differentiates my line from other lines is it's more of a one-time wear collection, so the pieces in it would be either one of a kind or released in a limited number. My personal aesthetic has really changed over time, so now I would describe it as goth with a little bit of color, and then anything that's just fun and out there. Anything that you do can bring happiness and joy, whether it's fashion or how you dress or really anything that you do during the day. If it has a chance to make you happy or anybody else happy, you should do it. I would love to work at making specialized collections for Disney or owning my own shop that sells one-of-a-kind fashion and fashion accessories, or working as a technical designer. I'm hardworking and will always get the job done. No matter how big or how small, I'll always get it done with really good work. I want anybody who's going to wear my clothing to know that what they're wearing was made with love and creativity behind it, and I want them to be happy wearing it and being in a situation where they feel that they can wear something fun and outrageous, no matter if it's just you're going to go for a walk in the park and want to wear something a little extra, or you're going to a special event or even a convention. Whatever you're wearing should be fun. I really want to thank my parents, especially for helping fund my stuff and just kind of putting up with any craziness that's gone on around our house because of this. I also want to thank my friends Ryan and Ellen for letting me bounce ideas off them, dragging them shopping with me for fabric and notions, and just letting me vent and talk their ear off about things they don't understand, but nodding and smiling and just being like, yeah, that makes sense. I really appreciate it.
My name is Sabrina Nelson, and my line's name is called Till Death Do Us Part. When I was 18 and trying to figure out what I wanted to go to school for, I had a really hard time figuring it out. I didn't decide that I wanted to study apparel design until I was 21. But once I settled in on that, I was like, well, this makes perfect sense. I've been sewing since I was a kid. I love to dress up in costumes and I love theater, and I've always been a part of that behind the scenes process. And it was like, well, that makes sense. My inspiration was mainly the pop punk music genre, and I kind of noticed how with bridal there is a missing section of it that offers dresses that are in black and in gray and have a little bit more of an edgy aesthetic to it. My line is unique because of the edge that it has to it with the music inspiration, and the kind of people that would want to purchase it is a group of people that seek out to be different. My personal aesthetic is kind of all over the place. It's a combination between the kind of punk look. I love vintage and retro styles as well. It's important to me that every morning when somebody gets dressed, or if it's a really special occasion like a wedding, when they're putting on the garments that they're gonna wear for that day, that they feel like they're being their 100% authentic self. I would love to work in the bridal industry. I would love to work for dancers, musicians, doing costuming, doing big stage productions, anything that requires a little bit more glamour. I would like potential clients and employers to know that I'm happy to be there and I'm excited to collaborate with anyone and everyone and ready to see where that adventure would take me. I want to give a shout out to my mom and dad and my whole family, my Aunt Becky, my Grandma Mary and Grandma Diane, my best friend Mary, who I could not have been able to do this without her. And thank you to my professors and my classmates.
I'm living for the moment, and I am living for the moment of my life. Here you go again, wasting all my time, caught in your boat. Pick it up or I'll hit the road. Here you go again, taking from what's mine. I hope you know. Oh, I'm not you. Like your friends don't know the names, don't get along singing. I'm not you. Always talking trash, but you're full of shit, and I don't believe it. I'm not you. Look on your face that I always hate. I'm bold as hell singing. I'm not you. Wanna pick a fight, wanna play a game. Well, now I'm leaving. I'm not you.
My name is Mercutio Mori, and my collection is called Goblin Market. Goblin Market is inspired by the Victorian poem of the same name. It reimagines this poem as a stage play, so each ensemble is dedicated to a particular character. In this poem, there are two sisters, Laura and Lizzie, who are tempted by goblin fruit merchants. So my line is different from others because it's not a trend-focused line. It's not meant to predict future trends or necessarily be stylish in a contemporary fashion. Instead, it draws inspiration from historical dress and historical silhouettes. So you see corsets and waistcoats and kind of padded out skirts, like wide skirts. The silhouette is completely different from anything that's modern. My personal aesthetic is very nature-centric. I love the forest, I love mushrooms, I love anything that's dark and green and earthy. That doesn't always come across in my work, but I think the essence of it is always present in some way. Nature is really important to me because growing up, I always lived kind of in my own fantasy world, and as an adult, I am still trying to create that universe for myself and for other people to see. I would really love to go into either custom costuming or theatrical costume design. I think either one of those would really suit my desire to create worlds. But other than that, I would actually really like to be the one creating the costumes because I love design, but there's something about putting together a three-dimensional object that's really satisfying to me, and I would never want to lose that part of the creative process. I really value creating a costume that will make the wearer feel amazing, feel loved in the clothing that they're wearing. As a queer person, I would like to create costumes that make other queer people and trans people feel good about themselves in their bodies, make them feel like the clothing they're wearing is truly meant for them. I would like to give a shout out to, firstly, my models, who are all very dear friends to me. Thank you for letting me dress you in petticoats and ruffles and all sorts of weird things that you've never worn before. And I'd also like to say thank you to my mother, who has been my helper in the studio whenever I'm feeling down and has just been my motivation in life to create.